What's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of the subscriber series. In this series, we'll be taking a look exclusively at cars submitted by subscribers. I hope to get to as many as I can, but for now, we're going to start with just 3. First up is the Protein by QB123. Out of all 3 cars today, this car has by far the fewest cylinders. Next up is Red's 1999 Ishii Sunstreak. And I'm not going to pronounce the whole thing because I'm just going to butcher it. And the final car being featured today is Micon P7's Mobile Broadway 21. I am sorry if I said your name wrong. So the first car we're going to mess with today is the Protein. So this thing, specs-wise, is insane. I mean, it's a 3-cylinder, and it's got crazy numbers. Oh, whoa, yeah, that just kicks off right there, Jesus Christ. Just get a feel for it in this parking garage real quick. Oh my god. This thing is a rocket. Brake check, brake test, brake test. I mean, we didn't die, so that's a pass. Like, Jesus. Alright, brake, 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 brake. Jesus Christ. I think we need a bigger road to test on. Alright, so let's figure out some initial thoughts for this thing. 1, it's fucking insane. 2, the brakes do work, which is always a bonus, especially when the car is fucking insane. Looks wise, it looks awesome. It looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from just JDM tuners, and I feel like it just takes all the right inspiration from all the right cars. Does it drift though? Let's find that out. That's a very important question. I'm hesitant to say yes, just because it has such little power right at the beginning, and it kind of makes it hard to get itself going around corners. If you're already, that's fine. I think if you're already going fast, like if you're going like 50, I mean, yeah, if you want to do a 50-mile-an-hour drift, then yeah, it'll probably do it. It feels like it would actually handle it pretty decently. Like, it's pretty grounded. I'm not even steering it right now. I'm gonna need to steer it now, but it feels really grounded. It's a pretty impressive car. Well done. All right, the next one we're gonna play around with in this parking garage is the Sunstreak. Anyway, let's give this thing. Wow, that's loud. I love the echo that we're getting in this map. This is just fantastic. Okay, so far it feels like it handles pretty good. Let's see how it kind of feels when it's actually, you know, getting stressed out a lot. I didn't really do this with the last car, but geez, this is actually kind of impressive. It's just responding and going. This thing feels pretty well rounded. The benefit of getting this is that you can whip around and have your whole squad. Hashtag practicality, am I right? I'm trendy. But yeah, no, again, another pretty well dialed in car. It feels like the tuning is pretty well hammered down. I feel like it would actually take more effort to lose control of this thing than to keep control of it. It really just feels like it wants to be handled well. It doesn't want to misbehave. It just wants to go fast in a straight line, and if you ask it to turn, it'll turn. He says, almost hitting a pole, but you see, proof. I was able to pull out of it. Yeah, another very well done car. Moving on to our last car, we're gonna fling around this parking garage. It's the Mobile Broadway 21. 21. Ah, memes. Anyway, with that logo on the back there, I expect this thing to be a little demon. Let's find out if it is. Oh, it sounds good. Oh, I like this already. Oh, whoa. Oh. You didn't see that. It just feels like there's a nice balance of, if you wanted to throw out some handbrake, you could get some nice slides. You know, you could really bring the tail end around if you wanted to, but you don't have to, you know? I don't know, I feel like this is a very diverse car and like what you could do with it. I feel like just like some slight tuning, this thing could be a fully fledged track monster or be a really solid drift car. And where it sits right now, it's kind of a happy medium. So I guess now would be the perfect time to announce the subscriber series racetrack. And it's the Nürburgring. No, I'm kidding. That would take forever. It's Laguna Seca. Yeah, so this clearly isn't Laguna Seca. The mod is kind of an old mod, and I ended up not being able to get it to work, or the re-uploaded version, which is super disappointing because that's like my favorite track, and now I feel bad because I'm sure someone out there heard me say Laguna Seca and got excited. But Road Atlanta's good too. Yeah? Road Atlanta. In all seriousness, though, Laguna Seca is one of my favorite tracks, but I do really like Road Atlanta too. So the good thing is that I'm at least familiar with this track. Unlike basically every other track that I seem to just drop myself into for some reason, I do actually know this one decently. That being said, I know everyone's going to bring up the fact that I said I know it decently when I inevitably fly off that one blind corner at the top of the hill, because it gets me every time even though I know it's there. Alright, so let's give the protein a lap and see how it does. 3, 2, 1, go. Damn, this thing, yeah, it's just the 30, it's a little slow, but then, Jesus Christ, the cocaine kicks in. That's the proper word. It's this perfectly described as cocaine. Alright, this corner always sketches me out, because it always gets me, even though I expect it. I feel like this car is trustworthy. I can trust it to not be too late to actually react. Alright, let's not get over ambitious in this corner here. One of my fatal flaws on this track is I try and use this as a speedway to accelerate, and then I fly off this turn right here. That could have been faster, but at least I didn't fly off the track. I'm a little scared about this. This bend is very much dangerous at that speed. Brakes are good. These are some good brakes. Oh, that was a little wide, but it's okay. We'll just go ahead and catch this line right here. And across the line. Alright, yeah, with practice, I feel like very quickly I could get this car to a point where we could shave some time off this lap. But, that being said, 1 minute, 37.33. Now, it's not really super fair to put the Sunstreak against the protein just because that thing is insane. Like, it's just built with more horsepower in mind, right? Whereas this is, I'd say, a more reasonable amount of horsepower. I expect this car to be surprising. So let's see how it does. 137 is the time to beat. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this thing is definitely tuned well. Like, it feels like it can punch way above its weight. Alright, let's not blow this corner. There we go. I guess actually with cars I should be saying it can punch way under its weight. If you know what I'm saying. Because track cars are lighter. Oh, that was some dirt right there. Let's just ignore that. The lesson you can learn here is that horsepower isn't everything. But cornering is, and that was awful. That was my fault though. I was not in a very good line for that corner. Yeah, so top speed wise, I mean, it's fair to say that few cars are going to be reaching the protein, but not too shabby nonetheless, especially for a four-door. Alright, not the best line to come through here with, I'd say, but... And stop. Okay. Not too shabby. So seeing as it has, I think, like half the horsepower, 2 extra doors, extra seats most likely, a lot of storage space, and I'm also going to go out on a limb and say a lot more weight. The thing only took 10 more seconds. And the other thing to note is that the speed that the times that we're currently getting right now are not slow times. Like, it's not like it took 10 more seconds after more than a common Turismo. It took 10 more seconds than the protein. That thing is fast. So I realize I still haven't said the actual time. It got a 147.04. Alright, last one up is the Broadway 21. I don't know, I kind of, that name, I just kind of like it. It sounds good. So a 137 and a 147 is what we're shooting for here. If we can get somewhere in between that or near it, then that would be a very solid time. And I have high hopes because this thing felt like it was almost a track car. That being said, it also felt like it was almost a drift car. So I guess we're gonna see if my best of both worlds theory actually has truth to it. Anyway, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, these cars are also quick off the line. It's refreshing. None of my cars are quick. Okay, that's not entirely true, but none of them feel like they can handle their own quickness. Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, it's not quite as dialed in as the others. It's getting some wheel spin. Some slight. All right, just turn this into a drift course maybe. Like if you're accelerating, not even to say around a corner, but like even just a shallow bend, if you have the wheel turned at all, the rear end's coming out. It's happening. So the key, I guess, is just to actually, be normal and not expect it to be able to accelerate through corners. Like if I just feather the gas, it seems to get through okay. It's only when like I'm really asking to just pull out of that last section of the corner, basically just asking it to get a head start in a straight. That's when it seems to, we're almost started to lose it there. I wasn't even looking at the speedometer there. I assume it got up to the other guys though, or near at least. All right, and stop. So yes, there was lost time for wheel spin, and I'm sure with more practice we could get around that. We could get around those slides. But first impression, first lap time, it got a 1 minute 53:10. So yes, it did get the slowest lap time, but like I said, these times on this course, all of these are good times. Not to mention, when I was looking through the automation files for this thing, as well as the other two, this and the Sunstreak are about 30,000, whereas the Protein, it's pushing like 130K on the cost. And I mean, that's understandable, because that's not at all a realistic marketable car. It has a 3-liter 3-cylinder. It's insane, but it's not exactly realistic. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you could get a 3-cylinder like that. No, it would not make sense to buy one. The point that I'm making here is that this car and the Sunstreak, they're both about $30,000. So these two are setting times for practical prices, and I think that they did a really good job of that. So before we end the video today, I just want to point out this little detail on this car, because I noticed it in automation and I thought it was a genius. So from a distance, you may have noticed this car has a bolt-on fender kind of look to it. But what I found really interesting was the way he went around doing it. It was really smart. So we used the trim pieces, but to create the actual bolts, I'm guessing here, it looks to me like he used a combination of the little porthole window mod as well as the key for like the put on a trunk or the door or whatever you're gonna do with it. And I don't know, I thought that little detail was just absolutely genius, and I don't know, I thought that just deserved to be pointed out, because that is a touch that definitely took some time. Anyway, before we end this episode today, I just wanted to say thank you once again to our creators. Thank you so much for your awesome submissions, and for everyone else who did not get featured in today's video, stay tuned for next week, because we're going to have a whole new set of 3 cars every week. And sometimes maybe I'll spice it up to 4. The basic thing is I'm just going to look for 3 cars that I think are somewhat competitive to each other, and if not totally competitive, just that share some similar aspects. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't get featured today, stay tuned for next week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.